Okay, everybody, we're in W5 at Invasion 3, and I am speaking to none other than Mr. Jeremy Bulloch, Boba Fett. Mr. Bulloch, how are you, sir?
Well, absolute pleasure to be here. It's finally, we've got some decent weather and it's a beautiful day outside, and it's a great pleasure to be back in Northern Ireland.
Indeed. Well, I mean, I spoke to you, I met you last year as well, and you know we know you're a big favourite over here. So I take it you like the Belfast crowd?
Well, I love it. I mean, because I've played the theatre here many times, and I've even filmed here over the years, and it's just a lovely city to come back, Belfast.
Yeah. Just to get a bit more topical, in the last sort of week it's been announced that we're going to start seeing the Star Wars movies in 3D. How do you feel about that? Are you looking forward to being?
Well, yeah, I heard about that yesterday, and I think I would look really good in 3D.
I think you would too.
As long as I don't look as though I put on too much weight.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I would pursue. But obviously, it's going to be nice to get because with the Clone Wars at the minute, it'll be nice to get a lot of attention focused back on the original trilogy, and obviously like actors like yourself. Just talk to us about Empire Strikes Back. I mean, a lot of our listeners are big Star Wars fans. How did you find George Lucas? How did you find the whole film?
Well, I think the whole thing was something completely different from... I mean, I joined in after A New Hope, and getting this part of Boba Fett. George is such a... Well, I think, it's very difficult to use the word genius, but I think he is. He's created something, and there's just... Not a day goes by without someone mentioning, oh, you were in Star Wars, weren't you? Next one. And people say, don't you get fed up with that? I said, well, no, because I was in it.
Yeah.
Don't do something that someone might bring up and say, hey, you played the part. There's no point. I hate the thing when people say, I've moved on, I'm now playing King Lear. How dare they talk about when I was... You were in it, therefore why not talk about it?
Yes.
I'm very proud to be part of this wonderful trilogy, or two trilogies.
Well, I mean, obviously you're a great ambassador for Star Wars. I mean, without name checking, some of the actors do try to distance themselves from it, which you touched on there. But I mean, yourself, you've always embraced it, and
Well, I've embraced it because it was a fun time. My kids growing up, I remember them coming to the studio holding C-3PO's helmet, and that was a big thrill. I have that picture, and there's me without the mask on, sitting there. I had a moustache because I was doing a play as well in the theatre. It was a great part of your life. A lot of friends of mine in the films as well, playing Imperial officers,
yes,
and different parts. And we all, however uncomfortable you felt in the outfit, we all thought it was just a fun thing to do.
And of course, as you touched on, a lot of fans don't know that you played more than Boba Fett as well. You were in Revenge.
There was one Lieutenant Shekel in The Empire Strikes Back. They had no one to play this part when I dragged Carrie Fisher into the elevator.
Yes, you're the one who drags. That's right.
And she's saying, Luke, it's a trap. It's a trap. And then in the last film, Revenge of the Sith, I played Captain Colton, which was, again, brief cameo role.
Yes.
They said, would you play it? We're coming back to England to do this setup. And so I did. I got involved, and was another. And they in the end, they made a figure of it, which is just out now, which is quite funny.
Yes, yes, it have indeed. And tell me... with Boba making such a big resurgence in the Clone Wars, do you watch the Clone Wars at all? Or how do you feel about Boba being?
Well, I think it's great that he's in the Clone Wars. I don't have satellite television. I don't have Sky, so I've seen just trailers, and it looks really good, fantastic.
Well, it's great because I mean Boba's such a fan favourite. I mean, especially for a character who wasn't in A New Hope to be introduced in Empire Strikes Back, and he's just he's right up there now with Vader.
Well, it is amazing to be. I feel very proud that they start including you as Darth Vader. You're as popular as Darth Vader.
Yes.
Han Solo, Luke Skywalker. I said no, don't be silly. But when you hear from people, I know people say, "Oh, you're my favourite character," and you say, "Yeah, well, everybody says that to their own when you go up to a table and see people." I think very lucky to have been part of it, because I don't think if I fitted the suit, which I did, I would get the part. If I didn't fit the suit, if I was too big, then I wouldn't have played it.
And tell me, with you were the voice of Boba originally, isn't that? Was that?
No, when I did the voice, I was doing funny voices because you can't hear. So if you imagine I've got the helmet on,
yes,
I could have said, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great... I could say anything.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be dubbed on afterwards. So in the end, it was dubbed on. with Jason Wingreen, an actor who I've spoken to on the phone. I've never met him yet.
Right.
And so he had the sort of aggression of put Captain Solo in the cargo.
Yes.
So this, and I thought that was perfect for Boba Fett. And they've changed it now because now they've got to lock on to what the films are, Tamura Morrison.
Yes.
Which I can understand why they did it. I don't think they need to change the voice, but they've done it, so that's fair enough because there's a reason.
Yeah.
It's a clone growing up. Boba Fett is a clone.
And that's again.
I told everyone I was a human being, but now he's a clone. So I've had to undo all the.
Well, you are still human. I mean, you could argue that you are still human. But it really is. It's an absolute. I understand that you're very busy, and there's a lot of people.
Well, as you can hear, the noise. It's quite noisy, but huge fun to be here.
Yes,
absolute pleasure.
Well,
and you're going to give me the football results later, aren't you?
We'll get to the football. We're going to be here till the end of the day. We'll get to the football results. I promise that. But listen, it was an absolute. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.